All right. What's up, guys? I'm going to give you guys my little spiel on how to become financially independent. This is something that I feel like is crucial, especially if you're a younger male or female that's single, no kids. I really do think that the world is your oyster and you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to start off by saying, disclaimer, these numbers are all hypothetical, and I'm basing this salary off a lower middle class American. However, this is able to be done by anybody on a bigger or larger or smaller scale. This was made for people with no kids. So that's this disclaimer. Here on the side, I have all of the numbers so that it'll make a little more sense, but I have written it out here. So we'll start off by saying, be conscious of how much you are spending. Don't spend for the sake of it. There are better ways to spend your money than pointless novelties. It's just a given. Come home and do research about cryptocurrency or stocks for at least 30 minutes. So I put cryptocurrency and stocks because for me, it's just something that anybody can get into. It's easy if you really put in a little bit of effort, and it doesn't take a lot of time if you're very consumed. So if you have a house, rent out the rooms to people that have the space / patience. There's no reason to be a single person and not rent out the rooms. If you're renting out the house to people that you trust, rent out for as much as you can squeeze out of them to where they're still comfortable for paying you. This is crucial. I believe that if you have a house, you can build equity, meaning that you can put more money into the house almost as if it's a bank, and then that money stays there. And it does appreciate over time because properties tend to go up in value in America, regardless of where it is. Usually if it's in even like a bad neighborhood, it will still go up over time. So yes, rent your properties out. You can maintain a payment for a residence just off your roommates / tenants paying you. If you have a property, you will be gaining equity in the property. So yeah, just what I said, and it says you will be getting equity in the property for the price of $0, or as I like to call it, periodically dealing with other people's crap. So here you can see that this is the total monthly income. The side hustle, which I haven't mentioned yet, is also accounted for here, which is the second job right here, $864, along with my main occupation. So the $4,500 a month, it seems like a lot, but it's considered middle to low middle class American. It's $54,000 a year, but it's still not. It's a lot of money. Okay, so moving on. Here's the tenants. They're paying you $800 each, just dependent on what kind of house you have, how many rooms, how big the rooms are, and also like what amenities you can offer to them. Here I didn't put that the roommates are paying utilities. I think that the homeowner can cover that themselves. However, if you want to include utilities, by all means, if they're willing to pay for that, then a lot of people are willing to pay for that, especially people that are making generally around the same amount of money that you are, which is the types of people you want to surround yourself with, or people that are making more than you. But yeah, I like to call it, so the small price you must be willing to pay for the free residence. By free, I mean that it's getting paid for and you're getting equity in the home. It's going up in value, and these guys are doing you a favor, right? So write up a contract and go to the bank to get it notarized as a legitimate document. You can tailor the document to your standards of how you wish the tenants to live. And if they sign the document and do not abide by the document, it does two things. It saves your butt from getting sued or any other legal troubles. Let's say they fall down the stairs and they want to sue you. Well, you may have put in the document that if anything happens to you on the property out of my control, it is not my fault, and they sign it agreeing to it. It gets notarized by a bank, meaning it's a legitimate document. They can't do anything about it to you. So it solidifies an agreement that they will be making their payments on time, and if not, they're subject to your mercy of letting them stay or not. So it's up to you to let them stay. Personally, if they're not paying you, maybe give them a second chance, but don't give these people too many chances. Otherwise, they'll take advantage of you, in my opinion. All right, moving along. Have two roommates paying you $800 each, which could cover the mortgage and save some money for utilities. Average mortgage is about $1,500, depending on what state and everything, but I'm going to say $1,500. And this is just, you can use this template as if you never budgeted before, you can use this and you can budget and use this almost as like a plug and play. Just switch the numbers out, switch the scenarios out, maybe here and there just a little bit, but it's almost like a crash course on how to budget your money and how to be financially responsible and reliant on yourself. Okay, so they're paying the mortgage. Net per month would be $4,500 from your occupation. That's $54,000 as I discussed earlier. Automatically I will say $500 will be used for food, gas, and amenities. $450 will be used for other occasions or a cushion if something spills over. You also have an excess of $100 from the tenants paying. So $1,600, your mortgage is $1,500. So you have an excess of $100 here that can go into here. I like to call that voided, which means that you don't really even consider it and it comes and it goes and you have it, good. You don't, it doesn't really matter. Okay, moving on. So yes, that would leave me with $3,500, which goes straight into a high yield savings account. You can do what you want with your money, but I prefer doing this if you're saving for something big, like a house. Some of the highest right now go for 4.3. I know Capital One has a really good one that goes for 4.3. Personally, I use that. 3,500 times 12 months is because we're doing this on a yearly scale. That is $42,000 annually. I will get a weekend job making anywhere from 18 plus per hour. Don't sell yourself short. On the weekend, working, let's just say 12 hours every weekend. 12 hours times $18 times 4 weeks equals $846 a month, right? That checks out. So that's how much it is per month. And then times 12 for a year is $10,000 a year just off your side hustle. All right, so $42,000 based off of your annual income from your other job or your main job plus your side hustle. It's $52,000 that you have saved with everything else accounted for. After 1 year, that is not taking the second job taxes into account, yes. However, it would still be close, give or take some hours or dollars, per hour to be on the safe side. So now for the penny stocks, right? $50 will be used for investments from this $450. It would have been split down the middle and been $1,000 taken off of the $4,500, which would make it $3,500. But I wanted to do $500 and then take off $50, which will be used for investments, which is a good little bit of money. And I feel like anybody, if you're saving this much money, $50 is a perfectly comfortable amount to be investing and actually doing some pretty high risk investing, educated high risk investing. So yes. Now for the penny stocks and cryptocurrency, this is just the investment choice that I made because anyone can do it, as I mentioned earlier. So $50 times 12 months is $600 per year. Lastly, the interest rates of the high yield savings account, which I have made, which is the 4.3 right here. That interest rate times the amount of money approximately that I would have in my account after 2 years would yield you around $2,000 to $3,000. I did that for 2 years, and that's an approximate amount of money, which I believe is better than any CD because you can liquidate without any penalties. Some CDs, if you try to take out your money before 6 months, they'll charge you. And plus, the CD rates aren't that good right now. I just recommend doing the high yield savings account. It's a better thing, and the companies are literally paying you. They're incentivizing you to deal and do business with them because they get stuff out of it, and so do you. All right, so Say do this for 2 years. That's 1 year, and then times 2. That's $100,000 after 2 years. What do you do with this money, you ask? Just after 2 years? Spend it all on a car? Do that if you're dumb. Buy an asset that will make you more money. So, real estate, but we can talk about that later. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then here are all the numbers, right? I'm just going to go scroll slowly. And you can read this. Right, this is a plug and play. Everybody that has Microsoft Excel, anybody can get this if you have a computer. I think it's free, and you just plug and play. And you can create your own budget. It's pretty easy. See, mortgage more than paid for by tenants leaving an excess of money. So, yeah. That's my little crash course right there. Appreciate you guys watching, and